Okay, hang on everybody. We're fixing to rock and roll here. Thanks for your patience. Patience. Hang on everybody. Okay. All right. Very good. So what we're going to cover today is part 2 of how to become referable. Part 2 of how to earn a referral. So welcome everybody. Everybody's just getting in here. Please introduce yourself at the bottom if you can share. Also, there might be some challenge. I think I must have hit something called limited view. And if I did, I certainly did it on accident, not on purpose. So if you guys are looking at this and one of you already know that I'm on limited view, please tell me how I can correct that at the end of this scope. So welcome. Okay, so today we're going to do a lunch scope. I'm at lunch today, and instead of eating a big lunch, I'm choosing to spend my time wisely and share with you an 8-part series. So it's going to be 8 parts. That's a secret. This is part 2 on how to earn referrals. Part 1 is already produced and in the bag, and you can find part 1 more than likely at Catch, K-A-T-C-H, catch.me/MarvinLeBlanc. That is who I am, Marvin LeBlanc, L-E-B-L-A-N-C. That's L-E-B-L-A-N-C. Let's see here. Okay, thank you so much for your hearts, and somebody has suggested I was trying to change some of the lighting. Okay, I still think I'm on some type of limited scope whereby you guys are not able to respond. So several people are in the house and they're giving me their wonderful hearts, but at the same time I cannot see your comments at the bottom. Okay, so always worthy, I do see your comments, so that means someone can get in. And I know Jordan was in the room a little earlier, so let's just rock and roll with it. That's what. Let's start with something before Mama Louise, baby, Mama Louise. Yeah, I have to get used to always worthy because I already know you as Mama Louise, and I can't wait for you and I to somehow find a reason to physically sit down and have a cup of gumbo. Because I got a feeling that the first time I meet you in 15 seconds, oh my God, I am going to give you the biggest hug from South Louisiana that you have ever felt. And so right now I'm just going to let my spirit flow, and instead of right away going into how to earn your referrals, I really want to give you a Periscope testimonial. You see, Mama Louise is over here, and I haven't always had fantastic days, and neither has Mama Louise. And Mama Louise knows my story. I happen to have written a book called Come Hell or High Water, Life Lessons from Hurricane Katrina. So I'm looking around. Oh, okay, here's a copy of it. And Come Hell or High Water, Life Lessons from Hurricane Katrina, Facing Life's Greatest Challenges No Matter What. And so lo and behold, that story was produced, and I had a wonderful opportunity at age 43 to become homeless. Yeah, I don't recommend it. It's not fun, and it gives you some real attitude problems. But Mama Louise is a person that is somebody you need to follow. Put up your thing again. It's always worthy. Number 2. Is that what it says, Mama? I think your thing is always worthy and the number 2. So you want to follow her. There it is. Always worthy 2. So that is someone you want to follow for an authentic vibe. So if you're around a whole bunch of fake people and it's time for you to kind of change your ways and be around people heading in the right direction spiritually, you need to follow Mama Louise. So that's what I want to start. My Perry 10K community is a community of collaborators, lovers, sharers, and givers. We are not a a group of takers, but we're a group of givers. And so Mama Louise is part of that group with me, and it's called Perry 10K, Peri, the number 10 and K. And so if you want to have more information about how you can grow your awareness without you trying to do it all alone on Periscope or in life for that matter, go to perry10k.com/join. I don't own it or anything like that, so there's no money involved for me or nothing like that. We're just trying to share love in a world who desperately needs it. So today's message is part 2 of how to earn referrals. And so part 1 was show up on time, and you can find that at catch.me/MarvinLeBlanc. You can also follow me at periscope.tv/MarvinLeBlanc. And I think you'll find all the previous broadcasts in those areas. If you're out there and you want to click that little Periscope man to do some sharing for me, I would be totally honored, because we want to get this material out there to as many people as possible. For all of you that are joining on the rebroadcast, today we're going to cover how to earn referrals. So last night I spent some time telling the story about rule number 1 on how to earn referrals. And rule number 1 was to show up on time. And I told a story about someone of high integrity, someone who's in my personal referral source center of influence sphere. Her name is Kathleen Wilkin, and we've known each other probably at least 15 years. And lo and behold, we showed up yesterday for a one-on-one coffee appointment. I showed up 17 minutes early before a 10:30 a.m. appointment. And so I was thinking I was going to be checking some email waiting for her. Well, she had already got her coffee, and she was already outside on the front patio. And so showing up on time was rule number 1. And why that's important is if you think you're going to have integrity and you think you should earn a referral and you can't show up on time, okay, you need to reevaluate your priorities. So that was rule number 1. Rule number 2 today is a 2-word rule, but that doesn't make it very meaningful and very impactful. Rule number 2 is to pay attention. Pay attention. What is it that I'm trying to cover? There's 4 aspects of paying attention in front of a business prospect or an existing client. So let's cover the 4 aspects of, well, how do I pay attention in such a way that it will earn me a referral? Number 1, you pay attention with your eyes. I really need to go have some eye surgery so I can get rid of these glasses. The only good thing about the glasses is it kind of at least hides some of my ugly face. But when we talk about paying attention with your eyes, you really can listen to someone with your eyes. You can show lots of caring with your eyes. I'm no NLP expert, neuro-linguistic practitioner. I'm no nonverbal certified individual, but what you say with your body language, with what you say with your face. The reason I love Mama Louise, she's a perfect example. Her voice is so nurturing. So God gave her an unbelievably soothing, natural, nurturing voice. When you hear Mama Louise talk, man, you just want to take a deep breath and just kind of lay your head right there on her shoulder. That's what she means to me. So identify what your strength is. You know, how are you paying attention with your eyes whenever someone's listening? Pardon me. Whenever someone's talking, how are you listening with them? Are you listening with your eyes? They certainly know whenever you're looking at them and you're freaking clueless because you know you're not even paying attention. That person knows that you're not listening. So pay attention with your eyes is the number one aspect that I'm talking about today. The number two aspect of paying attention is to show respect when other people are talking. That's number two. If somebody could shoot up number one, pay attention with your eyes, and then number two, show respect when they are talking. Now I'm going to tell you a quick little story. Some of you know I'm a professional speaker, and I was in Washington, D.C. a couple of 3 weeks ago, and there's this huge, very important presentation on this big stage. There's a couple of thousand people there. Everybody is dressed in, it's a black tie affair, and someone was receiving an award, and if 95 or 98% of the 2,000 people are trying to listen and paying their respects to someone talking, and then there's these two ladies that decided to visit a table just in front of me. And during that experience, I mean, they were chatting it up, and quite frankly, not only were they disrespectful, but they were loud. I couldn't really pay attention to the speaker whenever they were speaking. Yet those same two disrespectful speakers themselves would have expected everybody else to give them attention if they were on the front stage. And man, that didn't sit well with me. Are y'all feeling me? Do you understand what I'm trying to share with you? So in aspect number two, show respect when other people are talking. One of the things I cannot stand about going into a restaurant, I usually would prefer to go eat a meal at a restaurant with probably 3 people or less. And the reason is when there's 4 or 5 or 6 people, and one of those people decides that they don't like the conversation, they start up a second conversation at the table. Well, a guy like me, I want to hear everything. So now I'm trying to listen to this conversation, and then there's another conversation that's going on, and I feel my blood pressure kind of get amped up. I get a little irritated. Well, the reason that happens is whenever those additional people were at the table, they weren't paying attention to just one speaker. So they just didn't want to hear what they had to say. Maybe they had a little attitude with a certain person. And then they start that second conversation. And they weren't paying attention and showing respect. So aspect number one of the second part today of pay attention is to pay attention with your eyes. Aspect number two is show respect when other people are talking. And then aspect number three, you would think that I would not have to cover aspect number three, but quite frankly, it became an aspect simply because the world is changing. And aspect number three is not answering your cell phone when you've decided to be face-to-face with an individual. I know some of you out there are going to be conflicted with that because you just live. Matter of fact, you can't go to the restroom. You can't leave your office without carrying that cell phone. And what I'm trying to tell you is right now, while there's more and more ways to communicate, people are lonelier now than they've ever been. And they are really longing for connection. And so your world is not going to end if you let that cell phone sit. Go put it in your purse. Go put it in your back pocket. Okay? But put it away. And when you're with someone face to face, can you please be fully present? Go ahead and be fully present in the moment with that person and pay attention. The quality of that relationship will have an opportunity to bloom in ways you never thought possible. Just because everybody has a cell phone, that definitely does not mean that everybody knows when to use the cell phone or when not to. So let's put those cell phones away and let's look at somebody eye to eye. Let's give a meaningful hug. Let's look at them in the eye and let's really care about what they are saying. And that is 3 aspects of the 4 aspects that I'm covering today on how to earn referrals. The 4th aspect is when you're face to face with a prospect or an existing business client, never allow a computer monitor to be between your face and the face of the person or persons that you're communicating with. Never allow the computer monitor to be between your face and the face of the person or persons you're attempting to communicate with. Now here's the deal. Some of it's subliminal. If that computer is constantly in between the face of your customer or prospect, subliminally, I believe, eventually they're going to realize, why do I need Marvin? Or whatever your name is. Why do I need you when, everything that you're showing me is already available on the computer? Now, I'm not talking about the fact that you can use a computer or a PowerPoint to share a topic, but I am talking about physically not having that monitor between your face and the face of that individual that you're trying to communicate with. It sounds like a little thing. I'd like to have you give a little thought on that. If you go to MarvinLeBlanc.com and drop me an email on that, I would love it. Also, there's over 200 blogs right now for free, which is a great price. Free! Wow! At MarvinLeBlanc.com/blog on like 26 different categories: leadership, teamwork, sales, self-confidence, adversity, all sorts of things that can give you a little pick-me-up on the days that maybe you need a little bit inspiration. Fair enough? I want to recap these 4 aspects, and then I've got 3 other little small things to cover, and then we're done for the lunch break. Okay, so how to become referral. Step 1 is from yesterday's broadcast, and that was show up on time. Step 2 on how to earn referrals and become referable is to pay attention. And in step 2, pay attention, there were 4 aspects that we just covered. Aspect 1 is pay attention with your eyes. So I'm talking about listening with your eyes. Number 2 is show respect when others are talking. You don't want to be that chatty Cathy in the room while somebody else is trying to talk from the stage. Okay? Not good. Number 3, not answering your cell phone when you're face-to-face with a client, a prospect, or for that matter, especially your own family or friends. Okay? Can you give them a little respect? And then number 4, never allow a computer monitor to physically be in between your face and the face of your customer or prospect. Okay, so those were the 4 aspects of how to earn referrals. The last 3 things I want to end with you is giving you 3 names of individuals that can expand your Periscope experience as these individuals have expanded mine. I've not met these individuals, but they have enhanced the quality of my life in a short period of time. The first one is a lady out in South Dakota, North Dakota. Her name on Periscope is The Honey Badger. The Honey Badger. And because I'm from South Louisiana and LSU, at first I thought that was Tyrann Mathieu, different Honey Badger. So follow The Honey Badger, and right now she's doing a series on time management principles inspired by Benjamin Franklin. I think he's a pretty good guy that you might want to learn from, don't you think? The second person is Michael Cinquino. Michael Cinquino, C-I-N-Q-U-I-N-O. Michael Cinquino is about 40 years old, out of New York. He is articulate. He is amazing. He shows up on time, and when he shows up on time, he adds value. And Michael Cinquino, in a very short period of time, less than the last 60 days, has become a Periscope expert. And yours truly, who's continuing to try to learn from young folks, is actually in a class, in a class that Michael Cinquino teaches. And the third guy is a guy named Jordan Moyer, Jordon. Jordan Moyer, Moyer, is someone I would strongly encourage you to follow, because you're going to learn some different things about wellness and some different things about leadership from Jordan Moyer. So he is also a giver. So that was today's broadcast. I hope you share that with everybody that you can. Obviously, our next one will be part 3 that we're going to cover on how to earn more referrals. I wish you peace. I wish you love. I wish you gumbo. For more information about my whole world, you can Google Marvin LeBlanc, and you will see everything that you might want to know. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.